Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's session. We are going to be discussing about how you write recommendations in academic research. I'm Lucy Wanjiro. Welcome on board. What are the key elements of the recommendation? Number one, linked to the findings. Your recommendations should be directly linked to the research findings. They should be based on the conclusions that have been drawn from the data analysis and the interpretation. Number two, address the research problem or objective. Ensure that the recommendations are directly address the research problem or objective identified in the study. Okay? They should aim to solve or mitigate the issues identified in the research. Okay? Then be practical and feasible. Be practical and feasible. The recommendations should be very practical to implement. They should include actionable steps or strategies that can be implemented to address the issues that have been identified, right? Then they should be tailor-made to the audience. Consider the audience that you have and tailor your recommendation accordingly. Okay? Recommendations for policymakers may differ from those of practitioners or researchers. So make sure your recommendations are tailor-made for your audience. If you're talking to the policymakers, address them. If you're talking to the researchers, address them. If you're talking to practitioners, address them accordingly. Right? Then future directions. Suggest future research directions that could further explore or validate the recommendations. I mean, identify the areas where additional research is needed to strengthen your evidence base. All right? How do you align recommendations with research findings? Number one, link to the results. Ensure your recommendations are directly supported by the data and analysis that you have presented. Okay? The data you collected and the analysis that you have presented, the discussions, ensure they are supporting the recommendations you're making. Okay? Then highlight on the connections. Explicitly connect each recommendation to the corresponding research finding. All right? Then maintain consistency. Avoid recommendations that contradict or are not grounded in the overall study. Don't recommend anything that is not grounded on your study. Make sure you are within the boundaries of your study. Then how do you consider future research directions? Like, you are recommending people to do further studies. You're recommending people to do further studies based on what? Number one, unexplored areas. Identify the gaps that your current literature has not covered. Identify gaps in the current literature that warrant further investigation. Okay? Number two, methodological improvements. Suggest refinements to research methods or designs that could yield better insights. By the time you're finishing your study, you have realized that the methods that could yield better insights. So you recommend further research based on methodology. Then expanding the scope. Propose ways to build upon the findings by exploring related contexts or populations. All right? With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our academic journey today. Thank you so much for joining us. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Give us a thumbs up, like, and share. Also, engage us in the comment section for any reviews, questions, and suggestions. Until next time, happy researching. My name is Lucy Wanjiro. Adios.